Hello everyone, welcome back guys. Hope you all are doing well. This is Mohammad Badruddin and today we are going to solve another machine from Hackthebox. The machine name is Shoppy and the difficulty level of this machine is easy. So without wasting time, let's go and we start with the scanning, and we will start scanning with the nmap. So as always, nmap space hyphen s capital V for version enumeration, space hyphen s capital C for default scripts, and the target IP here is 10.10.11.180. so 10.10.11.180 space hyphen O capital N for the to save the result, scan result in a file named as default.nmap, which I already ran and saved the scan result. So without wasting time, let's just see what ports are open. So as you can see, there are two ports open. The first port is port number 22. This is a TCP port and default for SSH, and the port state is open, and the service it's using is OpenSSH 8.4p1. The second port is port number 80. Again, this is a TCP port. The state is open, and this port is default for HTTP, and it's using nginx slash. This is the version of nginx 1.23.1. The important part here is you can see HTTP title did not follow redirect to http://shoppy.htb. So I already created this record in my etc host file, and so that I can access this website with the name. So if I show you here, if I show you the record in my etc host file, so grab shoppy etc/host, and you can see there is shoppy.htb. So before going further, let's just enumerate the directories and subdomain. So fuf space -w for the word list, user share, seclist, discovery, DNS, and usually I used this subdomain file, word file, to enumerate the subdomains. But there is a thing, once I did that machine, I did not get the valid subdomain in this word list. So I tried few more word list, among them this word list of bitquart subdomains top 100,000.txt. In this word list I found the valid subdomain. So here I'm going to use this directly, space -u for the URL and http://shoppy.htb, and header I'm going to use host header fuzz.shoppy.htb, and I want to see only results having status code 200, and number of threads I want to use 100. Okay, messed up something. Fuf shoppy.htb. Oh, come on, messed up here. So this host actually should be here like this. Fine. So let it run, and till then we can see the page source. There is CSS directory, which is default. Mostly you will find in every application. This is JavaScript directory, and nothing much interesting here. So let's go, and we will also go for directory enumeration, and for that I'm going to use GoBuster. So GoBuster dir for directory enumeration space -z to not show me the progress, space -w for the word list, user share seclist, discovery, web contents, there is raft, small directories, and I want to see lowercase directories, and space -u for the word list, space -u for the URL, http://shoppy.htb. and number of threads, let's see, 60. Okay, so there is login and admin CSS. Okay, control C and let's try login. But before this, here we found one subdomain which is Mattermost. Control C. This is the valid subdomain. So I'm going to copy this, and here let's say port number 22 and port number 80 was open. Subdomain was Mattermost, and the directories we found /login /admin /exports, like this, right? So okay, now first thing first, I want to create a record in etc host file. So echo space -n, let's say 10.10.11.180. this is the target IP, and mattermost.shoppy.htb. okay, and make sure you put 2 greater than sign and then /etc/host. Clear that. Now we can also access this is again a login page. Okay, and if we see Webalizer React chart.js, it's also using nginx. Fine. 2023 Mattermost. Okay, so stay on the first application. Let's try first what directories we found. So /login. Okay, so there is a login page. Let's try some random default credential. So username is admin, password is, let's say, password. Hit enter, and wrong credentials. Also, the interesting part here, you can see there is a parameter named as error and its value is wrong credential. So the value of this parameter we see here. So first of all, by seeing this, for curiosity, I just want to see whether I can control this or not, and whatever I write here, it can be shown here or not. So if I just say AAA and hit enter, no, we cannot see this. Fine, let's try SQL injection. So admin single quote and the password is 123456, and it's taking too long. Okay, let's see. Ping 10.10.11.180, which is target, and it's pinging. Okay, but here it takes too long. Fine. And 504 gateway timeout, and we landed to the nginx. Okay, go back. There is a thing, if we do not put this single quote and we just hit enter, it immediately stop processing and we got here wrong credentials. But if we put here a single quote, it is going to take ages, like this. See, it's keep moving, it's keep processing, but at last it will say gateway timeout. So there is something. Let's try something else. Or and 1 is equal to 1 and login again it's taking too long. So when I did that machine, I actually tried SQL map, and also I tried many things. I tried some payload regarding MySQL, PostgreSQL, okay, but nothing worked. In the SQL injection, there is nothing work. So I give it a try with the NoSQL injection, because nothing, whatever you do here, whatever you try, I also try to brute force admin user, but I did not get the password and it takes too much time. So what I did, I tried NoSQL injection. So if I go to payloads, all the things, NoSQL injection, oh come on, not this one. It's actually the same, but the font is very small there. We can maximize that, but here it's okay. Fine. So same like SQL map, there are tools to enumerate or to identify the NoSQL injection vulnerability. So the tools are here. So the first tool is NoSQL map. Same like SQL map, there is one tool named as NoSQL map. You can give it the parameters and the URL and the different switches you can use to actually identify the NoSQL injection, if the application is vulnerable or not. This is actually, you can use this tool for these labs. Okay. Burp NoSQLi scanner. This is a plugin available in Burp Suite. So you can also use this plugin. But before using all these, you can actually try few of the payloads. You can also try these scripts. And there is MongoDB payloads. So what we can do, we can try one of these. So let's try this, because what we do is same like this, but this is the form of MySQL injection. And here what we can do is just remove OR and we put it like this. Instead of OR, we put two pipe sign and then we enclose it with the single quotes and try to log in. And as you can see, we logged in. That means this application is vulnerable to NoSQL. Okay. There are many cheat sheets available, and I also want to show you something here. Clear that also. Okay, so there is a tool named as NoSQLi. You can also try this tool. Fine. So what you need to do here is you need to specify NoSQLi. This is the tool name. Then the command you need to specify, and these are the commands. So there is a command scan. We need to use scan for scanning the NoSQL injection vectors, and with that we can try these switches. So similar to SQL map, where we copy the request from the burp suite or zap proxy and save it in a file. Similarly, we can use the burp suite and we can capture the post request and save it in a file, and we can specify it like that. Clear it, NoSQLi, then scan space -r and the file name, let's say request.txt, something like this. And then we need to specify the data, the post data. Let's say the post data is username here. So once we run this, it is going to check parameters and the data. Okay, but here, because we don't have the request.txt file, so it's not doing like this. Now the thing is, suppose you get a URL this request what we had here in the login request. So the login request was the post request, but if you have a get request, then you can use NoSQLi scan space -t for the target, http:// and you can specify shoppy.htb / let's say login or something, or let's say error is equal to whatever. Okay, so we can try this also, and we can also pass the traffic through proxy by specifying space -p switch and the URL for our web proxy. So I leave it on you. You can try this tool. I will put the link in the description section, and you can find it and download and install this tool. So now here we logged in, and there is only one option here, which is to search the users. And because this application we found is vulnerable to NoSQL injection, and this payload actually worked for us before this one, so we will try the same payload and hit enter and download export. So here we find some users, and if you remember, we found this /exports before, and inside it there is export-search.json. So you can see we got one user, which is Josh, and this is the hash for the Josh. So first of all, I'm going to copy this and keep that with us. There is / and NoSQLi payload, which worked for us, which is admin 1 equals to 1. Okay, and copy this and paste it here. So now we have this user and its hash. We have Josh user and its hash. So let's try. I'm going to crack a station, and first of all, let's try this hash. Copy and paste it here. No, let's try this one. Copy and paste that here. Tractor. Crack. And yeah, this one worked. So the type is MD5 because that seems 32 characters. And the result is remember me this way. So I'm going to copy it. So username was Josh, and password for this user is remember me this way. So let's go, and first of all we are going to try to log in SSH with Josh user. Let's say shoppy.htb, and the password is this. Copy, paste that, hit enter, and that doesn't work. Yeah, didn't work. Okay, we have one more application here with the subdomain we found Mattermost. Let's try that here. So Josh is the user, and this is the password, which is remember me this way. Login. Okay, we logged in successfully. Now if we try what's inside channels, board, playbooks, download app, channels, about, Mattermost Enterprise Edition, Modern Communication, Mattermost version 7.1.2, and it's using database Postgres. Fine. Okay, and there are 3 users or 3 members. The first one is Jagger, Jess, and Josh. Okay, threads, let's see. Josh and development, and this is the Shoppy application. At Josh. Okay, Jess. Okay, fine. Coffee break. At Jagger joined the channel. This is my cat. This is the same. Deploy machine. And here you go. There are credentials in clear text. So Jagger is saying for the deploy machine, you can create an account with these credentials. Josh, thanks, I will remember that. And Josh is saying the deploy machine will be created within the next 24 hours. I forgot to tell you that we are going to use Docker for the deployment. Well done. But the thing is, we found some credentials, so I'm going to copy these credentials and paste it here. So let's try to now log in with the SSH using Jagger user. The password we already copied, so just paste it here, and we logged in. ID, there is no any other group, sorry, and host name is Shoppy. Fine, because we found that Josh was saying that we are going to deploy a Docker container. So let's see, ifconfig, IP space A. So there is a loopback interface, Ethernet interface that has the IP which we already have, and there is a Docker container that have IP 172.17.0.1. Okay, so there is Docker container, but let's see. First of all, I'm gonna see the user.txt, which is our first flag, and then let's try sudo space -l. Can we run? We have password, right? This is the password. Copy that, come back here, paste it here. So this is deploy. User Jagger may run the following command on Shoppy. As deploy user, we can execute password manager, which is inside the home directory of deploy. So deploy is the user or what? cat/etc/passwd, Mattermost, Postgres, MongoDB is there. Deploy is the user 1001, and this user can run only sh, not bash. Where is Jigger user? This is Jigger user. This user can run bash, but deploy user can only run sh. Fine, clear that. Sudo, where is sudo? This one, and I want to keep this with me, so copy that, come back here, paste it. Fine, now let's try to execute this one. Sudo space -u, because this user can run this command, and we can run this command with deploy user using sudo. So sudo space -u means the user, and the user is deploy, and copy that, paste it here. Welcome to Josh password manager. Please enter your password. My password or Josh password. Let's see. I'm going to try Josh password. Copy that and paste it here. Access denied. This incident will be reported. Okay, let's run one more time, and this time I'm going to try Jigger password. Paste it, and this is not the correct one. Okay, ls space -la, and copy this, paste it here. We can read this file, so let's try to read it. Cat and here is the thing. Welcome to Josh password manager. Please enter your password. Sample access granted. Here is the creds. Because what I see here, SSH Jigger at shoppy.htp. Hit enter, and this was the password for Jigger. Copy that, come back here, paste it here. Okay, so what we do here is sudo space -u, deploy /home deploy. Inside deploy there is password manager, password -manager, password for Jigger, which we already copied. So now you can see, if you compare both of these, so if you compare, once we execute this binary, you can see here, welcome to Josh password manager, which is this, welcome to Josh password manager. Then it's saying, please enter your master password. So it is started from here, please enter your master password. And then here we did not get anything. Okay, and if we try something, we found here access denied, but here if you see, it's saying sample access granted, and here is credentials up to here, and then it is going to execute cat command on creds.txt, which exists inside the home directory of deploy user, and then it's saying access denied. So that means whenever we execute this binary, it is going to execute up to here already. It is already executing up to here, and once we put any wrong password, then it is going to say access denied and incident will be reported. But before putting the password, it's already executed up to here, and if it's executed up to here, that means access granted, and here is the credential, and then it reads the cat file and give you the credential. So that means here it's asking the password, and then it's automatically putting the password and saying access granted. That means this sample is going to be the correct password, because of this password it is going to say access granted, and then it is going to read this cat file, this creds.txt file, sorry. Okay, so this is the problem. Let's try one more time. I'm going to execute it here. Now it's asking for the password. In the backend, it's already putting this as a password, and then it's saying access granted, and then it's reading this one. Okay, but here it's not showing that. So it's asking from us the password. Let's say sample and yeah, you can see access is granted. Here is the creds and deploy creds. Now it's reading the creds.txt file, and there is username and this is the password. So I'm going to copy this, come back here, paste that here, and we will say here password is sample. Fine. So we got another user. Let's try to log in with that user. So come back here, exit from here, clear SSH deploy at shoppy.htb. Okay, it's asking for password, which is here. So copy that and paste it here. So we are deploy user now. We logged in as deploy user, but this deploy user is also a member of Docker group. So let's see what this Docker group is all about, and what this Docker group have privileges to access or to run. So find space / group, and the group name is Docker, right? Actually, not path /sys star and not path /proc /star. Okay, we don't want to see any result from these directories. /dev/null, hit enter, run /docker.sock. So I'm going to copy this, ls space -la, paste that. Fine. Yes, let's see, I'm going to gtfo bins. Okay, and let's say here Docker, and this is to break out the restricted environment, because here if I say IP space A, so the first one is loopback, same. Let's try, copy this, come back here, and first of all I wanna clear it and paste that here, hit enter. Who am I? And we are root. Good. So ID is we are root. Okay, pwd where we are in slash, so cd root ls space hyphen la, and there is root.txt, so cat root.txt, and this is the root flag. That's it. Pretty simple machine. Just there is a trick on few part of this machine. The first part is to enumerate the subdomain. Okay, you need to use different word list to find the particular word in the word list to find out the subdomain. The second part is no SQL injection. Okay, these are the tricky points, and I think rest of the things are pretty straightforward. So that's it for the video. If you like the content, please like, subscribe and share, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.